All right, so the first part of your assignment is what we did in the second half yesterday, where you're going to graph it from an equation that is not quite in slope-intercept form. I think you understand how to do that, right? You got to get y by itself so that it is in y equals mx plus b, right? Okay. But the second half, okay, that is writing the slope-intercept equation from a line that has been graphed. Okay, in other words, you're going to look at a line that's on the graph and determine the slope-intercept equation. Make sense? So, let's start with something like this. Okay, before we go further, let's say I got one like this. Okay, if I have 8x minus 3y equals negative 12. Okay, and if I asked you to graph this, what would I need to do with that equation so that I can graph it? Get y by itself. Get it into what form? Slope intercept form. Good. And slope intercept form looks like what? Y equals, I'll do it up here. Y equals what? mx plus b. Okay. So somebody tell me, what's the first thing I need to move here? Trey? Yeah, get rid of that 8x, and I got to take it away from over here too. Okay, so those cancel. I'm left with negative 3y equals negative 8x minus 12. Now, why did I put that negative 8x in front of the negative 12? Sam?
Because that's how the slope intercepts.
That's where the slope falls, right? Okay. So, Jackson, what am I going to have to divide everything by here? Negative 3, because that's what's being multiplied by y, right? That's the only way to get it by itself. So I'm going to divide this by negative 3, this by negative 3, and this by negative 3. These give me what? What's left over? Y. Okay, a negative over negative is going to give me what kind of slope? 8 over 3, x, and what's negative divided by negative? And negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive what? Positive 4. Okay, do I now have the ability to figure out my y-intercept and my slope? Okay, what's my y-intercept? 4, and what's my slope? 8 over 3. And these are both positive, so that means I'm going to go up and over, right? And where do I start with? Let's start with our y-intercept. Where's 4 at? Right there? Then I'm going to go, now, what if this is one of those that's not going to fit on my graph? What can I do with this 8 over 3 so that I can make sure it fits? Let's say I want to make sure it fits. Let's say the graph I have is this big. It's not going to fit if I go up 8 and over 3. So somebody tell me, which we did yesterday, what can I do? Jackson? On each of them. If I just do one, I'm changing that. I don't want to change the slope, do I? So if I instead rewrite this as negative 8 over negative 3, is this still considered positive slope? Yes. But I'm just going to go down 8. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And not over 3, I'm going to go where? Back 3. Okay? And that's going to be the graph of that line. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Good. Now, that's a review from yesterday. Okay? And we only have like 4 problems like that on your worksheet. But what we're going to do that's different, okay, let's say I've got this. I've got a line that's already been graphed. And I am going to write the slope-intercept equation for that line. Okay, when you graph a line from slope-intercept, what's the first thing you graph? Do you graph the slope first or do you graph the y-intercept? Listen to my question. When you graph a line, do you graph the y-intercept or the slope first? The y-intercept. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see where does it cross the y-axis. Look at it. Where does it cross? It crosses right here, doesn't it? So I know that this plus b is going to be replaced with a what? Everybody, what's it going to be replaced with? A negative 5. That's my y-intercept, right? Okay, now, when I determine the slope, okay, I want to go, now on your worksheet, I actually put designated points on there. so that you know where to count from. This you don't really see a point, but why would I not want to count from here? Is that on an exact point? No, that's kind of like negative 0.75. I'm not messing with that. Okay, would it make more sense for me to put a point here? Yeah, because that's at a designated crossing point. And what I did on your worksheet is I put points on there for you, okay? But if I'm determining this slope, well, I'm counting from here, but my slope, I have a hard time counting here. Can I count what my slope would be from here? What would I have to do? Go where? Up how many? 1, 2, 3. I went up 3, and then where did I go? Not over 1, back 1, okay? So this would be y equals 3 over negative 1, x minus 5. Now, what would be the same exact answer as this? That would also be acceptable. If I did this, would that be the same thing? Well, Levi, why do you say yes?
Because x is 1.
Because it doesn't matter. These are still negative 3. If I did this, my slope, my y-intercept, I would go down 3 and over 1. It would still fall on that same line, wouldn't it? Okay? But sometimes your graph doesn't allow you to find what that exact point is because it's off the graph. So in this case, I went up 3 and back 1. Okay? Does that make sense what I did? Okay? Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one. This one's easy. Okay? Can I find the slope of this line, or can I find the slope-intercept equation of this? What's the first thing I should be looking for? Forrest. First thing I should look for is where it crosses what? The y-axis, right? Where does it cross the y-axis?
4.
Right here. Okay. So no matter what, my y-intercept is going to be plus 4. Do you guys agree? That's not going to change. Now from here, if you notice something, all of these points are direct points, aren't they? So this gets easy, doesn't it? If I want to go from here to here, what did I do? Up. Come on, class. Up 1, over 1. Well, what's that? What is that slope? Up 1 over 1 is 1 over what? 1 over 1. Well, what's the value of an x with a value of 1? What do I write it as? Could I just do this? If I did that, would that be the equation of this line? Yes, it would. What if I did this, though? Would it be wrong if I did this? Is that the exact same thing? Yes, it is. Okay. Does that make sense what I did there? Yes? Okay. You guys write the equation for that line. I'll put some points on here for you. Write the equation for that graph. Once you get this, it's easy. Easy. You can just look at it. What's my y-intercept here, peeps? What? Negative 3. You guys agree? What's my slope? Down 1 over. Is that my equation? Y equals negative 1/4 x minus 3. Okay. How can I be sure that that's the equation? If I was to say, what's the y-intercept from this? And what's the slope? So I would go down 1 over 4. If I did that, y-intercept is 3, and I went down 1 over 4. Is that exactly what I want? Yes. Okay. Does that make sense? Shall I do another one, or are you good to go? You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. I am happy to do that. Let me see. Let me add another one here. Okay. Let's say, okay, let's do this one. Whoops. Oh, it's a big graph. All right. You guys try that one. See if you can get it right. Try this one on your own. Write the equation of that graph. Raise your hand when you get an answer, please. Nobody yet? One of you. A lot of you are staring at it. Still only one of you? Okay, does it help if I do this? Does that help? Okay. Esme Olivia, what's the y-intercept of this line? -1. You guys agree? Okay. Esme Olivia, to get from here to here, what did I have to do? Up 1/2. Okay. How many of you see how I got that? Okay. I'm being serious. Does that make sense, or are you good on this? Yes?
Yeah.
Jordan.
So when there's like no dots, like there one before,
I put dots on there for you.
Okay, but like
And no matter where the dots are, it doesn't matter because the slope's going to be the same.
Slope's going to be the same. Even if I used, let's say I use this dot, okay? I have y equals, it's still going to be -1. If I did this, I went down how many? Down 2 and back how many? -2 over -4x. Does this simplify to the same exact thing? Negative over negative makes it a what? Positive, and 2/4 can simplify to what? 1/2. Okay, so is that the same thing? Does that make sense? Okay, but I put the points on your worksheet because I'm really a nice person. Yo,
How do you know what point to start at?
always start at the y-intercept.
Oh.
Always start at the y-intercept. Okay, I put dots on all the y-intercepts for you.
but that's like the funnest part is to put the dots on the graph.
You can put your own dots. Just pretend my dots aren't there. By the way, on your worksheet, James, can you hand me that stack of papers? The dots, I did them with a Sharpie, so they kind of like went through. So on the other side, it looks like stars. Okay, they're not stars. These are just the dots that showed through from this side. Okay, so it's just but then these are just happy little dots. Do your own thing. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Connect the dots.
Ready, James? Oh, that was really bad. Sorry. Huh?
It's a natural flow.
For a smurf.
It's gonna get blue on
I
it.
don't know which one she is.
That make sense, Lincoln? Lincoln.
One with ads.
Okay, listen, look at your worksheet. On numbers 1 through 4, you're gonna have to convert those into slope-intercept form. You should know how to do that. Turn it over, look at numbers 5 through 12, okay? I put dots on there, all you have to do is write the equations for those, okay? It couldn't be easier. Could not be easier. All right, you got 7 minutes. I bet you can finish. It doesn't make anything. They're from the other side, Sam. They were accidental dots. This doesn't spell anything.
So the first 4 we're just doing what we did yesterday?
Yeah. Just a little more practice. Christy,
Yeah.
your responsibility.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. It's my magnetic personality. Kids just want to get closer to me during the day. I'm like, in a nice way. Lincoln, scoot your desk back, Lincoln. A little more, Lincoln. All right. You guys, will you please make your desks even with Jonathan's, please? And then you people, Julia, scoot yours back a smidge. That's good, right there. Make yours even with Julia's. Okay. Get her done, my peeps.
Keep running, Marty, you're still so close.
Pull me. Who was not here yesterday? Okay, did you get the worksheet from yesterday? It was on Plus Portals. You got it? Okay, the video should be on there too. Johnny, did you get the worksheet?
Is it front page or a blue thing?
Say what?
Is the front page or what we did yesterday?
Kind.
I already said that, baby. I was
Is it
really
extra?
listening.
You didn't get it? It was on there. You didn't see it. Give me a break, man. It was there. Yeah, it was not on there. Never. Did you look? No. Did you log on? No, but it wasn't there. I'm sorry. Huh?
If they made the equation, why couldn't they say y equals b plus y equals b plus mx, because we're just switching them around anyways.
Because that's not right.
Why does it have to be like y equals
Mx plus b.
Y equals AC plus Z? Why?
Well, eventually you're going to get to AC when you do standard form of an equation. It's ax plus by equals c. Then you're going to get to point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1. Yep, getting all nerdy up in here.
You ruined math for me, Mr. Chrissy.
Sorry, it's my job.
Is it okay if I put on both sides of the thing?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's not wrong. It's going the extra mile there, Sam.
Okay, I connected all the dots for you.
Hey, Sam did the same thing.
I did the same thing.
Looks like nothing. By the way, I will not be here Friday, so you'll have to take your quiz without me.
Wait, who's gonna be the sub?
Mr. Woudstra.
He's not here.
He's the best sub. Because he's like 11 feet tall.
You know what? We should just have my mom.
But anyways, so there's nothing new, you just have to take your quiz. So don't mess up.
Every time this.
'Cause I'll be gone.
Mr. Kersey.
To Alabama.
Assigns a sub.
Going to Alabama.
Why are you going to Alabama?
Because I'm taking my son to the Auburn, Mississippi State game on next Saturday.
Oh.
So if you watch it on TV, I'll be there. Good job. That's where he wants to go to school, Auburn, so we're going to watch a game. Just take your stuff with you.
What? That's just really
Yeah, but look at her paper. She's like,
bleeding blue.
if you went to sleep like that, that would be funny.
Who sleeps like that? Mr. Kersey.
You'd wake up with all.
Do you sleep like this?
Of course I do.
This is what happens. I get so bored like this. Yeah, sometimes like.
No.
Who goes like that's like a princess thing. Like I remember this morning. Did you ever go to Disneyland and you got your picture with the
I fall asleep on my bed.
No, that's just Jordan. Have you ever been to Stars?
When I was like,
Yeah.
I sleep like all curled up.
Oh, I have like this. And so, in all of my princesses, I was like, why don't you just stretch out?
Why don't you get in bed?
We have 2 to 3 kids here. Why don't you just be like for
Oh, hey, I forgot to tell you your grace groups.
What? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little important.
Yeah. Well, 6th grade is today. Let me just pull them up here real quick. Look for your. I'm gonna run out of time, but I'll try. Macy, is that green?
No. Red. Now it's green. It's a cucumber.
So let me just tell you real quick. Did it ring? Okay, let me just tell you real quick. I don't have who are my 7th graders in here? Okay, so Blinken and Trey, you guys are both in my group, okay? In my grace group. Okay. Is there any other 7th grade dudes? Jackson. Jackson, you are in Mr. Chappie's group. Okay. Kemper, you are also in Mr. Chappie's group. Okay. Any other 7th grade homies? No, not homies. Homettes? Okay, homettes. Actually, let me do 8th grade. Sam, Smear, you guys are both in Mr. Stevens. Noah, Jonathan, Johnny, you guys are in Chappie's. Lucas,
That is the worst. That's like that.
2 girls now.
okay, there's Mrs. Hackers, 7th grade.
Where's mom?
Wait, so I'm in Mr. I thought I saw Samuel Cosner, not me, and Mr. Stevens.
Did you look at my
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see.
Where's Julius? Can you go back to Miss Ames?
Julia who?
Shivani.
I need
Miss Whiteys.
What is wrong? It's saying
her name spelled.
the zipper broke.
Matisse.
This.
Okay,
Wait,
God bless you.
I don't know what mine is.
Okay.
Who spelled my name Christina?
I did not put this together, okay?
Are tomorrow?
Did the bell ring?
Because we have no clue.
Yeah, it's the wrong way.
Yeah, you guys go. I'll show you tomorrow. Remind me to show you tomorrow, okay? God bless you. Goodbye. Get out.
Okay, bye.
God bless you.
No.
I mean, I didn't say that. I don't have I hope Abby's here.
Chinese John Cena. Chinese John Cena.
Yeah, just tell Mr. Christian. Mr. Christian, how about not doing it?
I did like all last week. I don't care. We're doing homework. They're not ready, man. Yeah, I need some more. I grew up in the I always get one plus one. There's always one. These questions are actually very easy. They're actually seriously easy. If I don't get them exactly correct, I still get somebody. Oh. Thank you. Oh, no, I'm just. If you got the same answer, no, yeah, I got you. It goes on number 50, and I got that one. This is American land.
It's okay, Trevor.
Wait, oh, hold on, I'm rated. Land of the free and the
Leave my thing alone.
rated. Number 6.
What? Now Alex told me to still better than Moana.
For number 16, I got 49, 100%. Trevor's on his way. Oh yeah, it wasn't negative. I said Trevor's.
The other
Oh.
Take out your assignment from yesterday.
I don't have one. We get everything. And if I run out, I'll get the same. Wait.
Let me see if I have some extras. Yeah, I do. There you go. Were you not here yesterday? Okay, there you go. Did you guys see the videos on Plus Portals if you want to watch it? Okay. Did you guys all see who your grace group is?
They didn't put me on it. I was left out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Drop though.